Okay, we'll do it again.
3, 2, 1. We all got it? We're good?
Yeah, I did it. I don't know about you guys, but I did it.
Furry, did you do it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Let's start the stage. Wait,
Balls.
start event. Let's go.
Yeah!
Yahoo!
Hell.
Who's the host here? Hold on. What?
I was just saying hello. Go ahead, Kat.
Welcome everyone to episode 3 of season 2 of Kat Kafé. I'm joined here by the lovely Lorden, the foxy furry scout. And today's topic, we're going to be seeing if we can touch on any kind of theories that we might have. So anything from cryptids to wholesome to anything that comes our way. But this podcast is not in order anyway, so anything and anything and everything might go down. Let's see what's happening. So how are you guys doing today?
I'm good. I believe that the government is run by not lizards, but the bean people.
The bean people? That's an interesting take.
The bean people.
The bean people. I see. What about you, furry?
And no, I don't mean Puerto Ricans.
Shut up. Wow. Starting off the episode great. I see. Cool.
Couldn't help it.
So what about you, furry? How are you doing today?
Doing all right. Finally having an off day after having dealing with a couple of Karens along throughout the week.
Eesh.
Well, yeah, I feel like I have some things to share about the little cryptids here and there.
But what if the government sent the Karens to force us to quit our jobs and cause a whatever? I'm not gonna get into that.
I made bread.
You made what?
I made bread.
You made bread. But what bread is a conspiracy theory to get us to slow down? I don't know.
There are pigeons in the bread, and pigeons don't actually exist. They're controlled by the government.
Exactly. Thank you. You see? Even Canadian pigeons are fake. I knew it. Like, how can they survive the cold?
We call them Canadians. Canadian pigeons.
I thought you called them Justin Bieber, but cool. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Because I know Justin Bieber's from Canada. That's all I know.
Yes, all pigeons are Justin Bieber.
Yes. And
Justin Bieber's a pigeon. That's my conspiracy theory.
yes, there you go. That's a perfect one. I'm sure that's gonna have great response to the internet. Imagine
I want to be a pigeon.
Imagine Justin Bieber comments on this video. He says, "I'm not a pigeon." We just spam the bread emote.
He is pigeon. Justin Bieber is pigeon.
Justin Bieber is bread. I knew this.
Justin Bieber is bread.
I mean, he's white. There he goes.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm joking.
Yeah. As the white representative here, as the white minority, I feel attacked by the bean people.
Anyway, moving on from that. First conspiracy theory. I'm actually going to give the floor to Furry Scout because he seems very excited about this. Furry, what you got?
Oh well, nothing much. More of like some of the cultural myths that we usually believe, which somehow it just feels weird under like the culture. It just doesn't seem to make sense. One of them being to say that we were told by kids to not directly point our finger at the moon.
Really?
That is one of the things that is just doesn't seem make sense at all, because apparently you would get punished, and then you will actually have kind of like a scar at the back of your ear.
What? Wow. And okay. First of all, why were kids pointing at the moon?
I'm pointing at the moon.
You know, sometimes especially when younger kids are curious to say like, oh, point, look, it's a full moon tonight and all that, and then my parents would just keep telling, do not point directly at the moon, otherwise you will get scars at the back of your ear. And I'm not sure how, but sometimes I feel up until today, I feel like whenever I'm feel at the back of my ear, I feel there's some kind of a scar.
Oh.
Right there. And up until now, it is still a mystery on how that even happened.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So
Mhm.
moon biters, I see. Very interesting.
Moon biters.
Was there like a picture of the like? Was there a creature or something that bit you? Like, how did you get the scar? It just showed up.
Yeah, it just kind of showed up, and it's just been passing on. I believe it's like through generations, like passing through our ancestors, telling them that do not pointing at the moon directly at that. Be sure whenever you look at the moon, be sure to pray, pray for your your safety and health and all that. And yeah, we don't really understand like the origin behind all this, but we still kind of follow that tradition up until now.
Damn, just the tooth fairy nibbling on kids' ears at night. Like, don't look at the
You,
moon.
there's a theory that the moon is actually just like an egg of an elder god, like H.P. Lovecraft style.
Really? I never heard that one
Yeah,
before.
I've heard that theory a lot. That it's just secretly an egg.
Does it like? Is there any picture of the creature or anything? Like, what's going on here?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a picture. That's just a theory I've heard that it's potentially an egg that'll never hatch.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like potentially it was a dud.
Oh, that's weird. God, cause
A dead. We've got a dead baby rotating around us. No wonder abortion laws suck right now.
oh, that's topical. Okay, anyway, moving on.
The moon itself is like a Schrodinger's egg. It can be a dud or it can be an actual living being.
That's right, bitch. I'm controversial and loving it.
Imagine just drilling into the moon and you just hear an astronaut go, ah! Just falls into the hole. It's just.
in in space, no one can hear you scream.
This is totally off topic, and I apologize, but I'm futzing right now with a $5 bill,
You're
and I
fine.
keep rolling it up into a tube like I want to do coke. I've never done coke in my life, but this just feels instinctive.
The moon makes you want to do coke? That's called addiction, my friend.
I'm doing coke on the
Oh
moon.
my god, moon coke, truly special. They bring back
Damn,
moon.
those damn moon rocks.
that baby has some good crack.
Dead babies make the best crack.
Oh my god, it's fossilized crack. Yeah. So, that's interesting because we actually have some, I guess, some similar ones over here with the moon. I think I've told I told this one before about Ojo Rojo, which is like the creature that if you see a bloody tree in the forest, you just need to run in the opposite direction of where the blood came from. So if like you see the blood on one side of the tree, you run the opposite direction to avoid what translates to red eye. But one of the ones that really interests me, and Furry, I'm sorry to do this to you. Lorden, do you remember when we were on, shout out to Working Titles, by the way, Lorden's podcast. We were on Working Titles, and we were talking about similar subjects. I forgot how we got there. I think you were talking about a favorite legend or something?
I don't remember.
But we were talking about legends, and I had brought up one that I had heard about that I need to ask you about first. So there's apparently a Malaysian folklore of a big booba witch with her breast on her back
Oh shit!
that
Oh,
chokes children.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that one.
The titty witch! The
Yeah.
titty witch!
I gotta ask, Furry. I'm sorry, but I gotta ask, what is with the titty witch?
Oh no, this one. That is. I'm not sure if this one is like the under the Malaysian folklore or the Indonesian one. I don't know much about it, but the ones that I see when people talk about it, boy, do they love titties.
Oh my god, no, I've yeah, go ahead.
Fucking forget Baba Yaga. We got Booba Yaga.
Oh my god.
I was gonna ask because I had heard it was from Malaysian folklore and I didn't know how much you knew about it, but I felt like I should share it here since I shared it in Working Titles and we have a Malaysian representative today, so I thought it would be the perfect moment for it.
Oh god, yeah.
I didn't know
So
Furry
I
was
kind of
Malaysian.
did look it up on it. Yeah, it's called hantu tete.
Hantu-tete.
So
Ooh.
literally called titty ghost.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
What were we gonna say, Lorden, though?
I was gonna say I didn't know Furry was Malaysian.
Oh yeah. Fairy.
I thought he was
Yep.
from the moon.
The
And the dead baby.
Moonlation.
Ooh. You really?
I'm sorry. But no, that's. I was just curious though. Is that like a common thing like folklore over there? Like there's a lot. I know that Malaysia is a very large mixing pot of different cultures, different origins, different people. Do you guys have like a bunch of like different folklore over there?
Oh yeah, especially with the within we're neighboring countries to Thailand, which boy do they have a lot of
Hmm.
a lot. It's weird because back in high school, where in the school it was an international school. A majority of the students are actually from Thailand,
Oh.
and yeah, so they stay in the school hostel, in the school campus hostel. And I've been hearing rumors that there are some of them. They've been keeping ghosts and spirit in their dorms.
Oh God.
So yeah,
Yeah, I think Aris was talking about
huh?
that too.
Oh yeah, ours is especially for Malays and in Indonesian the folklores. There are a lot like those very weird ones. For example, one of them was even was part of the SCP series
Oh yeah, I
that
remember
that
that.
was even documented in the SCP. I forgot what's it called, but basically it's just basically a head that can a flying head that with the spine still attached that can just kind of would strangle you to death. I think that's the one.
I know you
I
What a
meant.
forgot
way to
what's
go.
I know you had
Mhm.
like a scary picture for that, but all I can think about is the lady from SpongeBob. Where's chocolate?
Oh my fucking
That's all I can think about. Is like, where's the
Think
chocolate?
about the hat from Meet the Robinsons.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Oh God, what was her
What was the
name?
hat's name? Doris? I think
Doris.
Doris.
Yes, Doris. You're right. That is true. I didn't think about that. But
It's like the fucking chocolate lady mixed with Doris.
oh my God. Where's the hat chocolate?
Where's the
okay,
Where's the
so
hot chocolate?
Yeah.
so about bringing back the hantu tete.
Oh God.
Now,
Okay.
according to the wiki, it says it has been described as an old woman who captures children and suffocates them with their breasts.
Yeah, what a
Sometimes
way
she
to
would
go.
disguise herself as an attractive young lady with a big bosom to attract males.
But wait. So, weird question. Are her boobs on her back or on her front?
In front.
Yes.
God. Oh my God. Frickin', we're talking about the boob lady, and Luma frickin' hits the door so hard. I jumped back in my seat. Holy crap, that scared the hell out of me.
Luma fears the boob lady.
Luma fears the boob lady, apparently. Or Luma got caught by boob lady, I don't know.
No, Luma's got suffocated by boob.
No, not my cat. Anyway, moving I'm sorry,
8
that just
lives
scared me.
left.
Sorry?
8 lives left.
Oh my God, shut up. That's so mean. Aish. But yeah, I did not know that was an actual like legend though. That's interesting. It just reminds me of when you say it like that when you describe it. It sounds like Lady Dimitrescu.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah, I can never pronounce her name.
Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu. Thank you. What about you, Lord? And like, what's a big legend over there for you? Like, what's something that you remember?
God, a Canadian legend or folklore cryptid. God, I feel like moose are just cryptids in themselves because I keep hearing about moose, but I've never seen a moose.
The
I've
Wendigo or
never
something.
seen one.
You just look out their window, a moose is just staring at you violently.
Oh God, no, not the meese.
No.
Not the meese.
What about though any like not specifically cryptids, but like any legends or theories or any like weird stories about where you are?
Oh gosh. Well,
I can
God,
give some of mine if you need some time.
well, I mean, I feel like the big one in Canada is Sasquatch.
Oh
'Cause
really?
that's what a lot. It's big in Canada because we've got so many wooded areas, especially in Alberta. That's like Alberta, the Yukon, Nova Scotia, and we'll throw fucking BC in there for extra credit.
Oh,
You get fucking Bigfoot hoaxes from those provinces all the time. Everyone with a video camera and a gorilla suit feels like going out in the woods and pretending to be Bigfoot.
interesting. I did not know that was a thing. That's really interesting, actually.
I
But
feel like you guys have heard the legend of Bigfoot, right?
oh yeah, it's really
yeah.
popular.
Bigfoot. If Bigfoot was a thing, Bigfoot's probably dead.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Cause like that's been around since what, the '60s or something. That legend.
Yeah,
Which is
either
like,
that or someone did just see a fucking gorilla.
yeah. I mean, what is the big? That's what I don't understand. What's the big deal with Sasquatch specifically? Because according to every legend I've ever heard of Bigfoot, it's just a big monkey.
Yeah, that's really all it is. It's just the thing is, a lot of people who think they've seen a Bigfoot think it's capable of human speech, think it's capable of mimicking things. There's a lot of people think, you guys know the SCP that'll SC
There, you can
fuck,
do
I
this.
can't talk. The SCP that like copies people's voices and mimics it.
Oh god, and I think Siren also does that, which is just creepy to think about.
That they think the Sasquatch can do that. Oh, I just thought of a good one. The Wendigo.
Yeah, I literally
That's-
mentioned that.
Yeah.
One that's popular in Canada, the Wendigo. Fuck. Sorry, I didn't hear you mention it, Kato.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just joking around.
It's big here in Canada because of because of the natives.
Mhm.
We have a lot of like Cree, Sioux, Blackfoot. A lot of people who were part of the old native tribes when Canada was first being established by white people. And the Wendigo is just this terrifying myth, and like skinwalkers too.
Oh god,
Like,
skinwalkers.
it falls into the same category. Like a Wendigo is, there's a lot of different versions of it, but mostly it lives in like the mountains and forests, and it takes campers and feeds on them over a long period of time, and like will slowly turn whatever it's feeding on into a Wendigo itself. It's a very interesting theory.
Oh gosh, that's terrifying. I was just thinking, like, of all those like monsters you used to mention, like, are they like really popular? Because I don't know too much about skinwalkers either. Although I kind of don't want to, because it's like it's late night for me, and I'm like, I don't want to learn about skinwalkers now. But anyway, moving on.
Like as far as Canadian folklore, like nothing is really like independent to Canada.
Mhm.
There are a lot of things that are like, oh, we heard about this, but it's popular all over. Like I really want to talk about Slenderman.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sure everyone and their mother has heard of Slenderman. Everyone's seen like the 8 Pages, The Arrival. I don't know if anyone's seen the god awful movie that they did.
Wait, whoa, wait, what? Slenderman made a movie?
There's a movie?
There's a movie and it's bad. It's
Really?
so bad.
Watch party when?
Yeah, it's got to be we got to watch Robots and then the fucking Slenderman movie.
God.
I'm gonna kind of plug something here. They're not active anymore. I think like everyone who was part of the project has gone on to do bigger and better things. They did these as teenagers. But if you ever want like a good like horror story about the Slenderman, I recommend going and watching Marble Hornets, which is was one of the first big ARGs that I ever got to watch unfold.
Mhm.
It was really cool to experience, and even if you don't have time to like go through the whole series, there's a guy who like kind of collapsed it into like 3 like half-hour parts called Nightmind.
Oh, interesting.
I really recommend either watching the Marble Hornets in full, where you get the full like thing from it, and then going and watching Nightmind so it can explain it to you if you missed anything.
How old is all that?
Oh fuck, Marble Hornets. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Marble Hornets started in 2009, so 13 years ago.
Ooh.
Man, Slenderman, I forget how old Slenderman really is. Like the whole story of it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, like it's
I was
old.
in high school drawing fucking Slenderman.
I know, right? But I mean, it started as what people call a creepypasta, which obviously if you don't know what a creepypasta is, you're too young to watch this podcast, and 2, you're too young to be on the internet. But if you
Dicks.
thank you.
I had to make sure the kids knew what dicks are.
I don't think that was a great descriptor, but thanks.
Dicks,
No.
pants.
But man, I remember when creepypasta kind of first started. I was around because I was weirdly attracted to creepy stuff since I was a kid. Although I'm a full-on wimp. I hate scary stuff, but I'm interested by it. I'm interested by the unknown, by like what's in the darkness. Like I fear it, yes, but I'm interested by it. I want to learn more about it because I feel like the biggest fear is fear of the unknown, all that stuff. But I think like Slenderman started as like just an online story that kind of evolved into an urban legend, back into an internet story. It's the weirdest case of like folklore I've ever seen because it full on started there. You can look up on Google. It's the origin of Slenderman started out as like a competition for like the creepiest picture Photoshop, I think.
Yeah, it's a creepy picture that was actually Photoshop. If they whoever took the photo, apparently they won some kind of award for competition, and then they made the edit, and then it blew off.
Yeah.
I think it was also like it wasn't just a Photoshop because I remember someone had to write like a short story about their screenshot as well. I remember that.
Oh, I didn't know that. But that
There's
kind
all,
of what? Sorry.
no, there also if my memory serves me right, I believe there were also regarding like teenage girls were trying to sacrifice themselves for Slenderman.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is real or like there's just a
Oh,
fiction.
No, yeah,
oh,
but that's the
furry.
thing. I was gonna get to that. The thing is that I was
Yeah.
talking about the whole reason I was like looping around the subject was because of that. Like I've never seen an internet story that was made for a competition turn into an actual belief that these girls like
Oh my god, I can't believe that happened.
yeah, that was. And then we're not
Ugh.
gonna touch on the topic too much because it's kind of disturbing. Don't look it up, please, if you're watching this. But like,
Oh fuck that! Look it up. Educate yourselves, you damn fools.
God, just don't look at pictures of it,
Oh,
please.
also, Kat Lauren, just for a quick side tangent, would is that look at the ones I put up on Clipboard channel.
Oh yeah.
Does this look like?
Oh, the
Does this
Wendigo.
look like?
No,
It's a deer.
isn't the Wendigo like it like stands up in two like it's two back hooves or something?
Yeah, it's almost like a chupacabra, I think.
Oh God, chupacabra. Chupacabra, I never. God, that's one of the things I like to talk about in a second after I finish this. But yeah, Slenderman
Oh,
is
man.
like Slenderman isn't real. Obviously, it's just an internet theory. But some people believed it was real for a second, and same with like Jeff the Killer and other creepypastas. Like,
You know what?
watch out for your mental health.
It occurs to me that the Wendigo looks a lot like the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, it does
Oh, yeah.
actually. You're right. Oh my God, I didn't think about that. But I think the Jersey Devil is like hornless.
Yeah, like it's got horns. It's also got wings and like little hooves, but they look really similar.
Yeah, those are
Like
weird.
here, I'll
Yeah.
I was
that
at first just about to say they
that's
kind of
just
look like
horrifying.
Krampus.
Krampus, God.
They do look like Krampus.
That's interesting that you guys like relate all these three cryptids together because that was what I was gonna get to. One of the things that's interesting about the Hispanic community, obviously, Spanish-speaking countries are pretty much all over the world. There's Spain that conquers like obviously Puerto Rico and Costa Rica and Cuba and Central America and parts of South America. Like it's a pretty
And the Philippines.
oh yeah, and the Philippines too. But do they like is their official language Spanish?
I mean,
Oh
not
my
that
God.
I know of. I know that I'm pretty sure that you know that Tagalog is pretty similar. Some of the words are pretty similar to Spanish.
Yeah, I know they make empanadas, which I mean, good for them. They're cultured people.
Guys, I shouldn't have looked up Krampus. The furries got to him.
No, not the furries, not the Navy. I'm
Not
joking.
the Navy.
I'm sorry. The furries have been taken
Of course,
over.
you're laughing the hardest, you furry bitch. It's okay, furry. We love you.
Yeah. No, but as much as we believe
Furry
furry, we don't really care if you're furry or not. We accept
Furry,
you.
can you give me your best ooh please?
Oh God.
Ew.
Yeah, that's a cryptid. That's a
Shit!
cryptid. That's a cryptid right there.
That's a cryptid. Furry's ooh.
Furry woo. Anyway.
I feel like I keep peeking the shit out of my microphone.
Oh, same here. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it in post. It's just like it's fine. But what I was getting to with all like different countries and stuff like that, like all over the world, especially Spanish-speaking communities, we all have like very similar folklores, but they're slightly different. Like El Chupacabra is different in Puerto Rico than from Mexico, than from Costa Rica, than from El Salvador or Argentina. Like all those different countries have a different version of Chupacabra. And no, furry, it's not the oral craft one. But it's interesting to see that with the Jersey Devil and the Wendigo and what was the third one you guys said? Wendigo.
Krampus.
Krampus, yes. Like it's interesting
Jersey
seeing that.
Devil.
Yeah, it's. I think Chupacabra is kind of similar to these as well, to Krampus and all the other people. Not the Navy.
Not the Navy.
But I think Chupacabra might be a similar creature to Krampus and the Wendigo, because the whole point of Chupacabra, it has horns. It doesn't exactly look like a deer. They say it looks more like a goat. That is like, it's on its hind legs. It takes other sheep and other like animals from like cattle, and it kind of like sucks their blood. And it was weird hearing the stories as a kid of like these rows and like huge piles of sheep that they basically described them to look like meat sacks because there was no liquids in them at all. Like they were just purely dried out, and no one could tell why. There was no like big gash or blood spilled everywhere. They weren't opened up or anything. They just looked like someone just sucked up all their liquids. And I remember those cryptids as a kid so vividly, and seeing these now, it kind of reminds me of it. It's kind of creeping me out. And of course, from everyone in the Hispanic community knows about like La Llorona, and they know about God, what was the other one? There was like, the Llorona is probably like the biggest one. Obviously like Ouija boards and stuff like that are kind of big in the Hispanic community for some reason. I don't know why. But there's like all kinds of different folklores. I can't think of any right now for some reason that I can like remember vividly.
Mothman.
Which one?
Mothman.
Mothman. I thought it was like I thought it was a movie from Godzilla. I didn't think that was a cryptid.
That's Mothra.
That's oh, okay. Never mind. Whoops.
Listen, I'm the last person you want to go to for Godzilla facts, but that's Mothra, bitch.
Fair. And I remember
You
one
better
called.
respect.
I remember used to call the boogeyman El Cucuy, which I don't think there is a single rendition or like a singular like official rendition of El Cucuy, but it's basically your worst nightmare incarnate. It would
So
be
the Boogerman.
Yeah, basically it would. Oh god. And I remember like all the animals back home too would have such very high pitched yelps sometimes that would actually scare you. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, as maybe just from the Eastern culture side, just to hear that the Western cultures about the boogeyman. Because the thing is that I always seen in like shows and movies like saying that, oh, you be sure to not let out your foot let out your foot out of the blanket, otherwise the boogeyman's gonna get you under the bed. Now the thing is that here we don't even need a freaking bed frame. Our mattress is just lay flat on the floor.
To fear the chupacabra, you must lay on the floor.
Just lay on the floor. Why do you say that like a Jamaican?
Hey, brother, you must lay on the floor.
But wait, but do you personally sleep like on a mattress, on a bed frame, or do you just sleep like, I believe it's called, I forget what they're called, like a floor bed?
No, it's not like those floor beds, like how you usually see in Japan, in the traditional Japan housing. But no, our mattress is just like flat, just flat on the floor itself.
Oh, so there's like no underneath.
Yeah, there's no underneath. How can the freaking boogeyman be able to come out underneath the bed when it's all just being flat out?
It vents out.
I sleep on the couch.
I mean, that's fair. I like, dude.
If I'm gonna get a boogeyman, it's gonna be one that's like down on his luck.
Aw. He just like slowly like creeps up, but he's like, I can't do this. Not worth it today.
Like, I don't want to scare you. Do you have any ramen?
Do you have any ramen? That sounds like an anime plot. My roommate, the boogeyman.
Oh fuck! I want to write that now.
That's a really good anime plot.
Cut to me and the boogeyman just sitting at like a really small table eating hot ramen and watching anime on my laptop.
Bruh. That'd be amazing. It's like, oh, I gotta come back. I'll be back soon. I gotta scare some kid. Okay, see you soon. Have fun.
No, I'll be here.
I'll be here. How'd it go? He died. Great. Seems like a good day.
Just imagine like, I can't believe this guy is he's a fucking weeb.
It's like, dude, I can't get you. You scare me.
All right. Boys, sadly, I have to go.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Um,
I hate to duck out, but I have my 30 minutes and I gotta run upstairs and finish cooking dinner.
you're fine. You're fine. I appreciate you joining. Thanks so much for joining, and
Happy
hopefully
to
you
be
have a
here.
good cook.
Bye, Kat Cafe.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
yeah.
Where's the exit quiet?
Anyway, moving on from that, let's move on from Cryptids then, because it's getting scary in here. Where's like some? Whether I gotta ask though. I don't know how this relates. I don't know anything about this, and I'm gonna sound like an ignorant foreigner right now. But does any of that relate to like feng shui? Because I know you had spoken a little bit about that in a previous episode, and you kind of explained a little bit. But what is like feng shui for you guys?
Feng Shui for us is we actually was, especially for us Chinese, we do heavily quite heavily like reliant on it. And some of the feng shui is like how they explain it, it has some form of sense.
Mm-hmm.
For example, um, depending on your room, where would you place your bed?
Mm-hmm.
One of the thing is that you cannot place your bed directly opposite from the entrance of your door.
Oh.
Yeah, because imagine like if you were imagine if someone were to open it just right in front of you, you just see someone seeing you asleep.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's interesting because I'm like, no, I'm looking at my bed. I'm like, okay, it's not facing the door. Good.
Yeah.
But is it
Is
like? Go ahead.
mhm. No, you go ahead.
So is it for like any kind of like spiritual or like mythic or legend purpose, or is it just like it's just a belief system? It's not for any specific reason.
It's believing to be more of of a spiritual, yet and also in the more of a psychological sense.
Psychological? How so?
Like I said, for example, like the ones that you, if you were to just place your bed facing directly opposite, then imagine how would you feel if someone, if let's say like a thief or burglar or someone that you don't want to see you if you're doing sleeping on the bed. You know that you feel more vulnerable to yourself. So they always try to prevent things like that to happen. So they would take this into consideration and would actually did some research and knowledge on that.
Interesting. I didn't think about it that way because I remember you said. I mean, I've heard it in movies before, like the bad feng shui and stuff like that, but I didn't know it was more of a psychological thing. I for some reason always assumed it to be like some sort of like, oh, you are like not cursed, but like you're gonna perform poorly or something. I didn't associate that with psychological for some reason.
Yeah, and of course, like there are some just seems to be kind of more of kind of a belief. For example, like hand reading,
Mm-hmm.
like your palm reading. They will usually see like where those how those lines and how long are they and all that. They actually for us Chinese, I'm not sure if they have them in what to say in the Western culture. In here in our Chinese culture, each of these lines they actually have a name for it.
Oh wow! So they like distinguish the arm lines specifically.
Yeah, like the lines on your palm, like the ones that is like how do I describe this?
Mm-hmm.
You know your the muscle of the thumb that kind of highlights like that line, that borderline that highlights the
Yes.
muscle. That one, if I remember correctly, that is, I forgot it was work, like in terms like your business or career, or is it about your health or longevity?
Oh. Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's.
they yeah.
Am I gonna
Some
die
of
soon?
the so some of them that you can actually it kind of makes sense. For example, like if your how to say, if your hands are really smooth, that means you usually don't do much of the very uh, bru- uh, brutal kind of like hard work. You usually do something that's more of like elegant stuff. So they would assume that you're more of a creative, artistic, or soft kind.
Ah, you're
That's
soft. Yes.
fuck. And then let's say it, but of course, if your hands are more on the rough, it feels a bit more rougher than an average person. Then that kind of indicates that you do a lot of like these brutal hard work. For example, like working in a construction site.
Hmm. Oh my god, that's I thought it was like more like predicting your future kind of thing. That's interesting. Also, I'm sorry, I don't know
There,
why my phone started going
yeah.
off. We're talking about cryptids and all this stuff is happening around me. What's going on?
3 a.m. Cat Cafe podcast gone wrong.
Not clickbait.
I don't understand why. Like
Mhm.
people who are also like really into like those like 3 a.m. Doing ghost hunting and all that.
God.
Iris, well, Shocking Fox is basically one of those people.
Oh god.
There, he said that whenever he gets to come to Penang, as well as like the other of our friends like Mira or Jesse or someone like that, the first place that he wanted to visit Penang
Mhm.
is called the 99 Doors Mansion.
Oh, that sounds scary. Just hearing the name.
Yeah, the mansion itself does in fact have 99 doors, and it is believed, like there's rumors to say that there's belief that some of the doors actually leads to a portal to another dimension.
Oh, but okay, the fourth dimension. I see. Interesting.
And of course, of course, Shocking Fox wants to visit it at some time like 2 or 3 a.m. Wants to investigate this.
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks. It's funny thinking that that'd probably be for me if he ever does that. I'm gonna be like all sunny, like it's gonna be like bright for me, and it's gonna be like really dark for you guys. It's weird thinking about that. But moving on from that a little bit, um, I did want to ask, what do you think is gonna be like the new age of folklore of all these like? Because there's been a lot of like creepypastas and SCP zones kind of stuff, but people kind of know that those are fake and made up. But have you ever these like distressing memes and like all these like CGI horror clips and stuff like that. Like some of them are getting really good. Like the Mandela catalog, I think just came out.
Yeah, the Mandela's catalog, the back rooms, the what else?
So okay, stuff like the backrooms isn't as scary as I'd like it to be. But for some reason, when I first saw Mandela catalog, that actually like scared the crap out of me to the point that I couldn't sleep at night. Like, what's something that does it for you?
For me, I think is really hard to dictate. I
Mm.
feel like with the new age of these cryptics are is going to be heavily rely on our technology
Okay.
today. For example,
God,
one
imagine.
of the example that I can imagine was is it called JoJo? I
JoJo's
forgot.
Bizarre Adventure. You mean?
No, not that one. You know the one with the very long, sharp face with a gou- uh, with the eyeballs just kind of gouging out with a
Oh
very
God, yes. Ah, I hate that one. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, that lady.
yes that lady.
Oh God, I hate that one. So that one and Obama face, the stretched Obama face. I hate those.
Yeah, like the stretch out kind of like those frog face.
Oh God, those are terrifying. I don't like those.
Yeah, I imagine like the with the new age kind of cryptics, they're going to be relying on technology and the internet and so much more comparing to the other more of the traditional mythical kind.
Hmm. Interesting. Do you think people like? Do you think there's ever gonna be like that kind of sense of like folklore people think is real ever again, or do you think now everyone kind of knows that everything's fake?
It's hard to tell because there are people I feel like they would kind of pull on pranks and all that, especially with the technology at this current stage and how many hackers around like trying to breach. trying to breach on the securities here and there.
Oh god.
I feel like there's going to be like just causing cybernetic uh, hysteria,
Oh god,
uh,
yeah.
mass
Imagine
hysteria. Yeah.
imagine someone hacking your Alexa and playing the most blood-curdling scream at 3 a.m. God, that'd be terrifying. No. I'm so glad I don't have one of those smart home things.
I think there's actually one. There was one instance I remember watching. Watching who someone who documented, and basically there is something similar happens around like around the 20th century,
Mhm.
where someone basically hijacked a local TV station where all of the scenes were basically broadcast some very weird scenes of just doing random stuff and something
Oh
even like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's like, oh god, I forgot the name of it, but I know what case you're talking about. The guy had
uh,
like a weird like Duke Nukem looking face and stuff like that.
yes, and
Yeah.
also yeah, I remember his cover. It was documented by an expo.
Oh my god, that was that. I mean, that's more like weird, more than scary. But yeah, no, I can definitely see where you're going with that. What I was thinking, and here to wrap us up, I was
Hmm.
thinking of one last subject, which was
Yep.
you remember. So you remember the Hatsune Miku concert, right? Where she was like a hologram that actually looked 3D.
Yep.
And you remember the World War II, where Vietnamese soldiers were tortured with speakers speaking the voices of their dead loved ones or something, or like the ghosts or something.
Okay. Yeah.
So like, imagine some really dedicated evil person, because they're genuinely evil if they do this. I just imagine like
Hmm.
someone that's really evil that wants to terrify someone. They put like speakers in the forest, and then they make the most terrifying sounds, and then they use a hologram to make the actual monster look real. Like that is not too far from reality. I doubt it takes a lot of manpower to pull it off, and you genuinely have to like hate people and hate your community to do it. But like, I'm just thinking that would actually be a very believable, terrifying monster if you pulled that off. You like go in Blender and make some really creepy monster, go and put like the holograms everywhere. I mean, to be fair, Miku's concert I think has like a stationary hologram thing. I don't know how it works, but like
Hmm.
still though, seeing like you put like a hologram in a cave or something, you put some speakers in there, like some monster coming in and out. Ugh. Like I'm
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with I feel like as technology advance, I feel like this could happen, especially using drones.
no.
Just
Oh my god, you're right.
imagine just using drone and then you just fly on top of the forest and then just just playing just to play the holograms of the very realistic CGIs.
Oh god. I mean, to be fair, at least for now, drones are very loud still, so you would kind of tell. I was thinking more like just like make it as quiet as possible. What the hell are those noises? I heard some noises. Okay, I'm scared. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, but that.
I thought you were going to say like when you talk about Hatsune Miku and as well as like the torture Vietnam soldiers. I thought you were going to say like making them torture by listening keep on listening to songs.
Hatsune
I
Miku?
feel
Hatsune Miku goes to World
here
War
here
II?
here Hatsune Miku. I mean, wasn't this like meme was done before, especially when Justin Bieber's baby was such a huge trend at time.
Wait, what? I never heard about that. I
So
don't know.
basically,
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's baby song is just basically just getting famous
Oh.
and infamous at the same time. It's to the point like listening to Justin Bieber's baby is just
I thought
absolute torment.
I thought you meant Justin Bieber had a baby. I forgot about that song
No, the
entirely.
song.
I was like, what? Wait, wouldn't Justin Bieber's baby become a meme? He had a baby? What? I
Oh,
was so
bruh.
confused. No, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, but I love that sentence. So you know Hatsune Miku, right? So you know World War II. It's like, jeez, okay. Um, no, but I was like thinking like the technology nowadays. If someone like you see all these horror places. Like, if someone had the budget for it, you could genuinely make like an actual cryptid that people believe in nowadays. Especially like old people believe in like these like really creepy monsters, and like have
Mm-hmm.
them see that and witness that, and then never explain it. Just like, oh, like Siren Head. Like freaking Siren Head became an internet thing, but that the sounds and stuff came from a real speaker. It came from like a bro. So if you don't know, Siren Head's noise comes from a video on YouTube of a Chicago, I think it was Chicago, uh, tornado alert that got hit by a tornado and it broke. So that's why that's an actual sound that was just transmitting all over Chicago during a really heavy hurricane, I think it was, or something. So like it cryptids can be made nowadays. They can definitely be made to be believable, and it scares me that that's possible.
Right. And also, I feel like with the new age of media, the new age of media, um, most of the cryptids are going to, I can imagine, is going to be like using the analog horror kind of style,
Oh God.
because there are some charms into analog horror, being to say like you playing on those what's those the cassette tapes, and what's I already forgot what do you call these tapes are, VCRs?
Yeah, the VHS types.
Yeah, the VHS tapes. And there are feel like some of like those lost medias,
Oh, you're
and
right. Yeah.
yeah, and you have no idea whether if these so-called those quote unquote lost medias being to be real or fake.
Oh, you mean like making one now and then putting on like a VHS tape?
Yeah, kind of, it's not really making it a VHS tape, but it is like an idea or a concept of sorts in order to create or generate like new cryptics, and that's why I've seen a lot of really good cryptics came from like analog horror.
Dude, that is a good
For
idea though. Now you mentioned that, I can think of like someone making like a new cryptid in like a modern
Mhm.
setting, but then they put it
Like
on a VHS.
one of the best ones I've seen like is like the local 58.
I haven't heard that one. Dude, you know more
Oh,
about this than I do.
you're in for a treat if like local 58 they basically made like local TV broadcast channels, but it is suspected that it has been hijacked by some unknown entities.
Oh, that's creepy.
For instance, like it was supposed to be like just a normal 1 a.m. those ads in those old school American TV channels,
Oh,
but then it just got somehow it got hijacked by some other entity saying that the United States has already surrendered itself. What Here's what you need to do: do not talk to do not talk to anyone. Go to lie down, something like bury yourself, and do not disclose any information. Do not surrender to these.
oh God.
We stand by our pride, or something like that.
And funnily enough, you say that. To end this off with one last thing, that's interesting.
Mm,
I gotta look into that. But that reminds me of a real event that actually happened. That is a theory, like an actual conspiracy theory of actual events that happened. We received a signal one time in multiple continents, not just countries, continents around the world. This is an actual thing that has
mm-hmm.
been documented by NASA, or I believe some other organizations of the government, and you can look this up. We once received a WOW signal, like back in 1988.
Oh,
Not
the
that's not.
WOW signal.
Yeah, that's not it though. That's not it. So we do have signals from space though. Like the WOW signal is a proof of that. One time after World War II, or something similar like that, we got a
Mhm.
signal that was a longer message. And basically, the world around, when they received this message, they decrypted it into what they believe it said. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with this? Like, what is going on here? And it's creepy to think that some alien race sent us a message basically saying, you're doing something wrong. And it's just, that's an actual thing that happened. And I don't know. I mean, okay, I'm actually going to stop saying that. I don't know too much about this. It's something I've heard that did happen, and is like an actual event that happened. Nothing scary came from it, but it's basically aliens saying, "You're messing up. What are you doing with your planet?" or something. Because I think that was close after nukes or something similar. And I
Jeez.
don't know how much to believe it, because speaking in physics, that message, if aliens saw us and they knew that we had nukes, we would be getting that message now, because of how space is and how big space is and how distance affects messages and space time and stuff like that. Like the observable universe is not what you're seeing when you look up at the night sky is not actually what's out there. We're seeing a image in the past of what the universe looked like because of how big it is that light cannot travel fast enough for us to have a real-time picture of the sky. It's basically a YouTube video of the sky. So I don't know how, like, take that message as you will. I did hear that was a documented event that did happen by the CIA, where basically aliens said, "What are you doing?" It's creepy to think about. But anyway, I'll end it off here. Thank you to Lord and Furry Scout for this amazing episode of Kat Cafe. Furry, is there anything you'd like to add?
This is not an Alex Jones podcast.
No, I swear, we're not. You're not blaming them for turning the frogs gay. I promise. I really appreciate you guys joining here, and hopefully you on YouTube, if you're watching, go ahead and leave in the comments whatever you think about all these conspiracy theories. Do you have anything that you're interested in to listen on next episode? And again, we can revisit topics, so if we have like a lot of comments of like very interesting theories, we can come back to this, and maybe Furry can host that one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Bye!